Britain, France and Ukraine have agreed to work on a ceasefire plan to present to the United States after a stunning showdown in the White House that threatens future relations and support to the nation at war with Russia.
I think that our relationship will continue. We need to be open. Everyone can see how Ukraine is fighting for its independence and freedom, and we are grateful to the people of the United States and all the countries that support us. A failure of Ukraine would not just mean Putin's success, it would mean a failure for Europe. It would mean a failure for the United States.
The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy speaking in London after a show of unity from world leaders as they gathered to discuss the conflict and how to rally behind Kyiv. The British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, told the summit Europe is at a crossroads in history and it must take responsibility for defending itself. But he says any plan for peace in Ukraine needs to have the support of the United States.
The UK is prepared to back this with boots on the ground and planes in the air. Together with others, Europe must do the heavy lifting. But to support peace in our continent and to succeed, this effort must have strong US backing.
Volodymyr Zelenskyy met with King Charles at his Sandringham estate after securing more military commitments from Kyiv's European allies in London. Now, his visit follows the extraordinary breakdown in talks between the Ukrainian and US leaders in Washington.
You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country, that's backed you far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once?
That fiery exchange continues to send shockwaves around the world. The United States has been Ukraine's largest single donor, and Mr. Zelenskyy was at the White House to discuss a deal for the US to invest in Ukraine's critical minerals to ensure future support. The Trump administration says it's ready to re-engage when Ukraine is ready to make peace.
The sooner everyone grows up around here and figures out that this is a bad war that's heading in a bad direction with death and destruction and all kinds of dangers surrounding it that could spiral into a broader conflict, the sooner people grow up and realize that, I think the more progress we're going to be able to make.
The Oval Office blowout has sparked protests in the US and in Europe as people rally behind Ukraine. Many people demonstrating say they're disappointed in Washington's diplomatic shift and its willingness to embrace Russia after it invaded Ukraine.
I would like to say I would not be surprised by anything Trump did, but I was astonished that two such bullies, could turn on a hero like that. Somebody they supported fully in the past and Trump has praised in the past. It was absolutely disgusting.
Now is the time to act, and I really hope that they put a plan in place, plan that is actually fair, because what other parties are offering is not very fair. So we fought for 3 years and we want peace more than anyone else.
The European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen will soon present a plan to increase defence spending to re-arm Europe, saying the bloc must prepare for the worst. And the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has underscored the need for allies to ensure Kyiv has a strong military so it can defend itself once the war ends. While the Kremlin continues to reject any attempts to put European peacekeepers in Ukraine.
This plan of peacekeepers in Ukraine is a continuation of the incitement of the Kyiv regime to wage a war against us.